Randolph McLaughlin, can you just give us a summary of the case of Mohammed Ba?
In Mohammed Ba's case, his mother called 911, hoping to get an ambulance to come and take her son to the hospital. 2 officers arrived, and she explained to them, I didn't call the police, I wanted an ambulance. And they explained to her that the way it works in New York is we come first and check on the situation, and then we'll get the ambulance. She and the 2 officers went upstairs to the 5th floor in the apartment building, and the officers knocked on Mr. Ba's door. He opened the door, and when he saw the officers, he said, I didn't call you. You got the wrong door. And he tried to shut the door. Instead, they forced their way in, and there was a little struggle back and forth with the door. But at no time did he yell at them, at no time did he brandish a weapon. He shut the door and locked it. The officers then told Mrs. Ba and her colleagues to go back outside. So they left the building, assuming that the officers would help to get an ambulance. And as she stood outside, she saw more and more officers coming in with shields, riot gear, all sorts of weapons, guns, tasers. There were so many officers in the hallway at one point that you literally couldn't get by them. They commandeered the entire building. They wouldn't let anyone in, wouldn't let anyone out. Over about an hour of yelling, banging on the door, putting things under the door like a mirror of some sort. They broke the door down, tasered, beanbag, and shot him 8 times. The last bullet went into his head and had stippling around the entry wound, which says that shot, which probably took his life, was at close range.
Hawa, you are Mohammed's mother. Yes. You had just come from Guinea to visit with your son?
Yes. I usually come here, I can come every year to see and visit him. But in 2010, I feel like in college, he big, he need a marriage. So I say, okay, when I go this year, I'm not coming back here. You got to go and get married. He say, okay, mommy. He say, I want to get married because I know it's on your heart, then I will meet you there. 2011, I have not come, but 2012, close into his birthday, he called me, mommy, are you coming this year? I say, yes, I will come this year. They will start talking until I arrive here. He say, the next day I will come in, I call him, he say, okay, mommy, I'm so happy you coming, you meet me to the airport. And I didn't meet him to the airport, I call him, he say, okay, mommy, you meet me downstairs, I'm sorry, I apologize. I meet him downstairs, we talk a little bit, he take the iPhone and take my address, my sister's address, we walk upstairs, we talk. He tell me many things that don't make no sense to me. And he was wound already.
He had a wound
yes.
above his eye?
Yes, he told me that, mommy, I've lost so much blood. He said, I lost so much blood. Boy, he was not talking good. If he talk a little bit, he can bend the hair like this and he can stop talking. And he will lose weight. He lose a lot of weight. He never shaves and he got sick. And he limping. I said, oh. Then he keep a razor blade. He said, mommy, you take out this t-shirt for me. I can make it. I started trimming it. I said, no, we got to go to the hospital. I said, no, mommy, I'm just tired. I want to rest. I don't want to go to the hospital. I said, no, boy, you cannot keep yourself like this in the house. We got to go to the hospital. On the 28th is your birthday. You remember 2010, we celebrate my birthday to Staten Island and Statue of Liberty. We were so happy. So, I just want to rest. They would talk a lot, but it don't make sense to me. Why he talking? Then he said, today you are not sleep here. You go home, day after tomorrow, you cook some palm butter and roasted meat you bring for me. I said, okay. I said, then stay. He said, I will try to work you up. I'm so proud of you. You are Prince's mother. Mommy, I love you. I miss you. I will miss you so much. I love you. Then he tried to wear his shoes and took me to the car to look for a car for me. He walked me, took me the place where I can take the car. But I look at my son. I couldn't believe how I met him. As soon as I got in the car, he left for his hand like this. But he can't talk much. He can say he hair heavy. He say he's not feeling good. Then I called my friend. I said, oh, I call her and cry. I say, I came, but I said, Mohammed's sick. I said, Mohammed's sick. You can't believe it. He's not even talking correct. He said, oh, what would you? I said, can't help me talking to him. They will take him to the hospital. He said, you feel like he depressed? I said, I don't know, because he wounded already, and he told me...
He's wounded already?
Yes. And he told me he lost a lot of blood. And he told me about 7 days he was fasting in the house. So which me, I really don't know what's going on. I want to take him to the hospital. He said, okay, let me call some adult help here. They can talk to him easy. And he can accept to go to the hospital. He gave me the number, she gave me the number, and she called also. And the people say, okay, if you think like this and he wound already, we cannot take him to depression place, we got to take him to the big hospital first. You should call 911 now, we'll take him to the big hospital. They do general checkups to know what wound him, how he wound, and how he limping, what make him lose weight before started giving him treatment. But I didn't call like that. I go to bed. I didn't sleep good. In the morning again, I wake up. He called me when I was sharing word. He said, oh, mommy, you see my channel? I said, what channel? He said, observation is my channel. Do you look at my people? I said, oh, God, there's not street. Then I call a friend of me who he stayed until he got the apartment. I said, please. I said, I came yesterday, Mohammed sick. I said, go to the apartment and talk to him like he go to the hospital. He not feeling good at all. And the man know Mohammed love him so much. He go knock the door and he opened the door. He look at them. He said, no, I'm not going to the hospital. But he wake and he's not feeling good. Then the people say, no, we should go to the hospital. You see how you look? You're feeling bad like this. Let's go to the hospital. He said, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. I just want to rest. They said, but how long you can rest like this alone? Then they came outside and called me. Said, boy, Madam Ba, how can this boy get sick like that? Then they cry. I said, but don't cry. I said, if you cry like this, I can feel so bad. I don't know. I just arrived yesterday. I'm meeting in the condition. I want to take him to the hospital. I said, then what you do? He didn't upset. He said, no. I said, then call the ambulance. Please take me to the hospital for me. Since yesterday, the people advised me that. But I was trying the last chance for you to see if he can upset. He said, oh, if you're calling ambulance, come here. We can call the ambulance together. Then I moved from my place, come meet him downstairs, we called the ambulance. When we called the ambulance...
So you called 911?
Yeah, his son called the 911. Then I said, I want an ambulance, my son's sick. I want to take him to the hospital. Now, no, it was the end of the life of my son. Those men arrived.
The police arrived?
Yeah, police arrived. When I saw the police car, I seen him, I say, hey, I don't call police, I call an ambulance. I said, I don't call police. He said, no, ma'am, don't worry. In New York here, when you call an ambulance, who will come first? Who will look at the person and call an ambulance? He said, don't worry, he will be okay. We walk upstairs. When we walk upstairs, me and he and my other 2 girls walk upstairs. He knocked the door. He didn't tell Mohammed, your mom said go to the hospital. He said, just say, Mohammed, open the door, I came for you.
So the police said open the door. They didn't let them know that you were there?
No.
So he had no idea that you had called them?
No. Then when he knocked the door, he said, I came for you. Mohammed, open the door and look at him. He said, police, because I know it's a police because of the car. But as soon as he look at him, he said, it's a police. I don't call you, go away. I don't call police. You knock on the wrong door. Then Sterling, the man, wanted to force and enter in the room, in the apartment. He pushed Mohammed, He put his foot, Mohammed just pushed the door and locked the door, go to bed. Now, no, he came out of it. I didn't know. He just looked behind like this. He bent his hair like this on the corner. Then he started paging his phone like this. I didn't hear what he said. I was sitting there looking at him. I left out my hand. I wanted to talk to Mohammed. He said, no, don't worry. I will take care. He will be okay. Then as a lady came with the white clothes. He got a hospital sign. She got a hospital sign. He said, okay, this the ambulance lady. Go downstairs. He will be okay. We'll take him there. We'll go to the hospital. Since it's 5th floor, it's a step. And we never think something can be wrong, different things. We just thinking he was talking to him. In going downstairs before we reached the
So you went downstairs?
Yeah, we went downstairs. Then the 2 officers in the same uniform meet us. We go up to 3rd floor. Then those people meet us there. He say, no, ma'am, go downstairs. We'll take him to the hospital. We'll help you to take him to the hospital. He will be okay. Then 4 of them be upstairs. When they be upstairs, the first one who came, knocked the door, he came meet me right on the door to his apartment. He said, no, ma'am, come outside. We'll take him to the hospital. He will be okay. Then he said, who you know here? I said, why do you mean who I know? He said, no, I asked you who you know, why the family? I said, this is my family, friends, and I have another family in Queens and his sister working to DC. He said, okay, I want to know what you work. I tell him my work. Then he said to the other people, I had a relative to Mohammed who thought he filling form for the hospital. Each person explained to him how the relatives, a relative friends, a neighborhood in Guinea. Then he signed the form, signed the paper. He read the paper and he go upstairs. Then he come back. He said, Mohammed don't want to open the door. I said, if Mohammed don't want to open the door, let me talk to him. He didn't know I'm here. If he know I'm here, he will open the door. I soon tell him that. He's standing right there. I see a man who have a seal coming. I say, hey, what they may go in? I said, don't break the door. I will talk to him. He will open the door. That man ran, go upstairs.
These men are police officers?
I don't know. He was just having the big seal like this.
Uh-huh. A big
shield.
Yes. Yes. And after that one, I see a man coming again. He have a long onion, like 2 meter onion, something like marrow and knot, big knot like this. I feel like the knot is a hammer. They want to break the door. I say, please don't break the door and hurt my son. If he don't want to open the door, I will talk to him. He will open the door. He don't listen to me. He just walk up. Then third one, I see an officer coming having a gun, holding the gun like this on him.
Holding his gun at his waist.
They rush him. I say, please, I just arrived yesterday. My son's sick. I want to take him to the best hospital in America. I can pay. Don't worry about that. Please help me to talk to him. He will open the door. Finally, when all of them reached upstairs, he came outside and said, Mohammed don't want to open the door. Then he rushed upstairs again, come back. He said, oh, we open the door. It's a couple of shots. I said, what do you mean couple of shots? You shoot my son? He said, no, it's a little crash. He said it will be okay. But before he arrived, I feel so bad. My back and my stomach all hurt me. I said, Bintu, I sent 2 people. When he finished fill the phone, I say, go tell this man, my son don't know I'm here. Let me talk to him. He will open the door. They don't let the 2 girls go in. Then the other girl, when I feel so bad, I say, I think those people kill him. I say, I feel so bad. I got pain all over my body. I said, please talk to those people. They should not hurt my son. If he's opening the door, I will talk to him. He will open the door. Then he run, come. He say, oh, we open the door, boy, it's a scratch, a little scratch. I say, once you let couple of shot and a little scratch. I say, what do you mean? You shoot my son? He said, no, it's a little scratch, but he will be okay. Then he run, going upstairs. He meet his 2 friends again. Then they come, 3 of them started smoking, looking at each other and looking at us, the place where he put me. I say, hey, look. I say, look, those people are smoking like they're not coming to help somebody who's sick. Then after that one, the other man put those tape. The yellow
crime scene tape, the yellow tape.
I said, Bintu, when those people put this tape, is something dangerous. Say, Mommy, you are so worried. Those people, they are officers, they come in. He said, I'm coming. Then he go upstairs, coming back. Then he was doing CPI. They was doing CPI for my son. I said, what those people do CPI to my son? Then I want to rush, go in the ambulance, because he always come in and say, you are how many people? They will say 5. Then he go upstairs again. How many people when he come back will say 5? Then wanted to go in the ambulance now. Then the lady.
How long did it take before when you heard the shots to when the ambulance came?
We didn't hear the shot. It's the people who upstairs on the other building hear the shot. They were in 5th floor. We were on the soil. We didn't hear it.
On the ground.
On the ground, yes. Then, but it take a time when he tell me he opened the door, and it's a letter of scratch. Couple of shots is a letter of scratch. I say, you shoot my son. He said, no, that take a while time. But for them to reach there and got a shot, that one didn't take a time. But for them to come outside, take a time. So I was thinking that you're talking to him for them to walk and come outside. Then I see them with CPI. I said, but what you do with my son? Then you're doing CPI.
Randolph McLaughlin, in this period, from the time of the shot to the time when he was taken away, he was dead at that point?
Well, it's not clear. When he came out on a stretcher, what Mrs. Barr is saying is that the ambulance attendants were doing CPR on him. Now, you don't do CPR on a person who's dead. But what's really tragic here is first the shooting, but then there were photographs and a witness who said that they literally dragged his body down the stairs and there was blood smeared throughout the floors. And the police came the next day to clean up the blood that they just smeared on the floors. They treated him like he was a criminal. And the tragedy here is he didn't do anything wrong. He was in his home. The call was for medical attention. There's absolutely no excuse as to why they didn't allow his mother to speak to him.